So some of you might recognize this. This is a Team Losi Junior T. This was the first vehicle I could afford. I wanted the JrxT, but it cost more money and I couldn't afford it. So I took this and I made it into my competition stadium truck. And I did very well with it. It was actually very competitive, and it has beat up some RC10s trucks, RC10s that were converted to trucks. It's beat them up in its day. It actually has beat some JrxTs in its day, some Ultimas and Outlaws. It's been a real trooper, this thing. I couldn't afford much at the time, and it was actually a very good vehicle. Inside, we have my original setup from back in the day. I was running Futaba radio and Futaba ESC, and it's got a Trinity motor in the back. And gear ratio was way different. Actually, the gears, spur gear and pinion that I ran in this setup changed several times before it ended up being where it is now. I actually had a hydro drive I got one time I put on there, didn't really like it. And, I just kept tweaking it until this thing became an absolute beast. And, for no more than what it is, it really did well. It really did. I'd say the body is not the original. I don't know what happened to the body over the years. It got lost, but it was red like this. It didn't have stickers on it either. I didn't like stickers, so I ran it just plain Jane. So this is a recreation of exactly what I had. The paint job may be actually a little better than what I was able to do back in the day. But, I love this thing. I mean, I really did. I did at one point run the JrxT rims. But they weren't as light as these, and I ended up going back to these, when I was a kid. However, that brings us to our video today. This here is, a blast from the past. It is not for sale, will never be for sale. When I die, somebody can get it at auction. But this is something I cherish. However, let me put this one down. Recently, I was able to get a JrxT. Yes, it's not a full-sized JrxT, and now I can afford a JrxT. I could probably afford a full-size one on eBay used, but I don't really care to get into that. But man, I saw this thing and I had to have it. It's a limited edition. This one's number 2065 of 5,000. I got it at Anderson RC in Thomasville, North Carolina. Great folks to deal with. If you're ever in that area, stop by. They would appreciate your business. They have one of the largest hobby shops, honestly, I have ever seen. If you're looking for it, they probably have it. But anyway, I saw this thing, man. I had to have it. I just had to have it. It's what I always wanted as a kid, only it's in smaller form. I mean, but dude, I've already lost the body pins. I've run it and I don't know where they went. I've already lost 2 of them, so I put these body pins in. They fit, so check this little dude out. Well, there, it comes ready to run. Comes with a 650 battery. It's got a little Junior's Choice motor in the back. I mean, it's Spectrum servo. It's a SX107. It runs pretty good. It's pretty groovy, man. I really dig it, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, in a small package, and it's a pity they're only going to do 5,000. But I'm really glad that I got mine. Let's just say that. And wow, I mean, the reason I like it so much, being as small as it is it doesn't take up much space, and I've got a lot of crap, and I just don't have room for, you know, a bunch more 1/10 scale things, and this thing just takes absolutely no space up whatsoever. And I mean, you still get the old school looks, man. It's still, you know, fun. I mean, to me, it feels like it's as small as it is, it's about as fast as the 1/10 versions back then. I mean, I might be wrong, but it just feels that way when you're driving it, in my opinion. You know, because we didn't have brushless and stuff like that back in the day. I'm sure you can hop this sucker up. And I mean, I'm sure there's probably YouTubers out there who have already, you know, hopped this thing up. I'm going to keep my bones stock. I've got 2 other friends who bought them, and I stuck this old Badlands sticker from Axial Fest on the back just so I could identify mine from theirs. But yeah, man, I am really excited to own this thing, and you know, it's going to go right there beside my Junior T. You know, the Junior T is what I could afford, and I made it work for me, and this is what I actually wanted, and I got it. Now, with that being said, I got another surprise. Okay? Are you ready? Can you handle it? I bought something else, and I haven't even opened it yet. And check this out. Team Losi JrxT buggy. Yeah. So basically, the buggy was first, and that's what made the truck. The trucks were nothing more than a buggy that was modified, and that's the color scheme I got, the original look. My other 2 buddies, JR and Paul, JR has the black and pink version, and my buddy Paul bought the blue, which I really like the blue. I think of all of them, I think the blue's the best looking one. It's pretty rad in my opinion. So I'm gonna do another video on unboxing this thing. I'm not gonna do it on this video. I'm gonna I'll give you a reason to tune back in. Oh man, I'm just really excited. I've always been a Team Losi fan. I've loved their stuff. I mean, you know, when I was a kid growing up and I didn't have much money, and I bought my Junior T, which undoubtedly now is worth crazy money. If you look on eBay, I was just shocked at what they want for one now. But back in the day, man, I mean, you know, I put out what money I could afford. I bought me a Team Losi, and it made me look like a superstar. I mean, it really performed well. And I think the Junior T wasn't like, you know, some better model than the JrxT. It was actually the poor man's version of a JrxT. But I guess because it was lighter, and, you know, you threw some bearings in it and put a good motor in it, and it really performed well. It really did. Just like the JrxT or the JrX2, they'll turn on a dime. You know, if you can get the power to the ground and figure out your suspension and your power, man, they're pretty effective vehicles. Anyway, that's what's going on with the channel. I still am preparing for Axial Fest. We're going to go again this year. I have some crazy things that I've been working on for Axial Fest. I guess I'll give you a sneak peek of what's going on. Well, the bomber got completely redone. I don't remember. I think I may have shown that. I can't remember if I shown that to you guys or not. The bomber got some modifications. If I can get it on the shelf here. Oh, sorry, I'm not well prepared. Here we go. Oh, come on, bomber, stop. Man, this thing's a beast. Get it in the shot, it's going to be a problem. So, still stock, pretty much bone stock, but I did put me some suspension goodies on there, front and back. Pulled them stickers off, they bothered me. I pulled the spare tire off, didn't really care for it. Got me some freaking cool new wheels, and I put the original tires back on there, and I put some foams in there. So I don't know, man. We're gonna see it. Try it again this year. Rock racing, and you know, maybe. Wow, dust builds up in here quick. Maybe we'll be able to do something. But I mean, I think honestly, I think it looks a whole lot better than stock. Kind of blacked it all out, and man, I just can't wait to give this thing a rip. Oh goodness. Now, if you guys have been following me, I also have my homemade base camp that will be going, and it is way up here. Let me grab it. Ooh. There she is. And it started out life as sorry, the JrxT, and I just had major issues getting it to perform. And I've got a whole series of videos of I've done this and I've done that and blah blah blah, and I never could get the thing to really perform as well as I wanted. So it is actually now really a base camp. I got on the eBay and I found me a transmission from a base camp. I found me a chassis from a base camp. I sold the other stuff off. So basically what you're looking at here is a base camp with the Rubicon body and the JrxT links, which are heavier duty, and it's got the brass in the front. And that's pretty much it. It's basically a base camp. And it actually has been performing a million times better. Really has. Pretty happy with it. Hopefully, when we take it out to Axial Fest this year, it'll really perform, and that'll be that. We'll have that one wrapped up. Now, if you guys remember from last year, I did a Mighty FC. And the Mighty FC, I'm still working on it. It's still getting tweaked a little bit. Well, the Mighty FC got a lift kit. And now it is like a freaking monster truck. It is a beast. And I think it's hilarious. This is the one we're going to use on the night run. It's got lights on it. I added lights on the inside. It all lights up green. The body, everything lights up green. So it ought to be pretty spectacular, and I'll have some footage of that this year at Axial Fest when I run this thing. And yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, this thing, it's up there now. Put some Axe Speed rims on it, and I went with the G-Made 2201s, 2.2s. They feel good, man. They feel really good, and I like how they're just you know, the tread pattern and everything. I think they're going to do pretty good for what I want to do with it. Because at the night run, I mean, you're not really doing anything real complicated on the night run, but you know, there is some muddy spots and some trenches and stuff that you got to go through with some water or whatnot. So I think this is going to be pretty fun to play around with. So there's that one. The 6x6 is still sitting there. I haven't messed with it. Up here on my shelf is, you can see my little SCX24. You know, all I did with it was re-glue the tires to the rims I wish now I would have got bead locks. But anyway, that's what's going on, guys. Give you a little update what's been going on, why you haven't heard from me for a while. And I'm going to try to get back into making some videos for you. And if you, there's a lot of junk in the background. We had another person living here with us, our niece, and she took over one of our rooms, and one of our storage rooms kind of come into this room, and made it kind of hard to even get around in here. But now she's gone, and we're moving stuff back. So I'll have this RC room cleaned up, and I'll be able to shoot some more videos in here. And I was just champing at the bit to get something out for you guys, and because I knew it'd been a while. So now that I got enough space, I can actually get in here. I figured I'd go ahead and shoot one, sick or not. If any of you guys are, interested in the RC group that I'm a member of, you can check us out at Dudes That RC on Facebook. Of course, subscribe to my channel, Hillbilly Adventures, or at least check in on me every once in a while. I appreciate every single one of you who've took the time to subscribe and watch my videos, and I'm hoping to get back in the swing of things and provide a lot more content. I do have some other things I would like to do. I mean, this channel wasn't originally supposed to be just an RC car channel. I basically created it to show some of my hobbies and trips that we go on and stuff like that. But we ended up in a pandemic and all this other stuff, so kind of bad time to start a YouTube channel that's going to be featuring trips anywhere. But I would like to get back into doing some stuff. I have done a lot of the RC stuff because that is a big part of my life. I enjoy the hobby. If you're not in the RC hobby, when you got some spare time and just want to fill in that time with something fun to do, it is fun, and you'll run into some wonderful people. I have ran into some of the greatest people I have had the pleasure of meeting. They'll do anything to help you. I mean, anything. We have ran into people where we've broke down on the trail and just total strangers come, and they'll give you parts, they'll give you tools, they'll do whatever they can to get you up and going. That's the type of people that are in this hobby, and that's why I cherish my time out on the trail, meeting new people and actually spending time with my friends and just having a good time. Is it little toy trucks? Kind of, sort of, but not actually. There's a lot that are into these things, and if you have a young kid that's interested in getting into this stuff, which nowadays all they want to do is play on their phones all the time, but if you have one that you need to kind of get out into nature a little bit, and they're kind of into this hobby, it's a good way to teach them a lot of stuff. You'll learn about mechanics. You'll learn about suspension, tires, electronics, how to solder. It just goes on and on and on. And it's kind of funny that my hobby as a kid, where I was doing all this stuff, I knew how to solder and how to look at a board and try to find like cold soldering joints and cracks in a board when I was like freaking 16, 17 years old. And it has morphed into a career for me where I actually do a lot of electrical and mechanical stuff in what I do for a living. So it's just kind of funny how that came full circle. And I tried not to go that direction because I've done a lot of things. I was a truck driver for a while. I worked in a call center. I've done this, that, and the other. I was a medication administration aide. I've done a lot of stuff. And here for the last 11 years, I've been twisting wrenches and playing with electricity and, repairing things, which is something that I started out doing when I was a teenager. So just kind of funny how things come full circle like that. And, you know, I'm really happy that it did, because it's been a blessing. Anyway, as things are falling down in my room, I will let you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Thank you for tuning in, and you guys have a wonderful day. Bye now.